What if I told you that the life you think you're choosing, day by day, decision by decision, well, it isn't entirely your own? What if I told you that there are these invisible strings being pulled, guiding your hand towards your phone, away from the gym, and into these patterns that you desperately, desperately want to break? I mean, seriously, think about this morning. Did you decide to check your notifications first thing, or did it kind of just happen? Did you choose that second cup of coffee, or were you just following a script that was written a long, long time ago? You know, we all love to believe we're the pilots of our own lives, but the honest truth is, most of the time, we're just passengers along for the ride. And this quote right here, this is the absolute key to understanding why. We always think that making a change is this big battle of willpower, right? A test of our inner strength. But what if the real battle isn't inside you at all? What if it's happening all around you and in the hidden, secret wiring of your own brain? See, your brain is, at its core, an efficiency machine. It wants to save energy. So, to do that, it takes things you do consciously and turns them into automatic responses. That is the very heart of habit formation. That well-worn path you walk from your desk to the coffee machine every day, yeah, that's not a decision anymore. It's a neurological superhighway, paved by repetition until it's become completely unconscious. You are literally living on autopilot. Okay, so if habits are the script your brain is following, what's the fuel? Let's talk about the master molecule of motivation, dopamine. And I'm going to bet that it's probably not what you think it is. We have been telling the wrong story about this incredibly powerful neurotransmitter for a long time. So the common wisdom says dopamine is all about feeling good, right? The pleasure chemical. But its real job is to get you to act. When your levels are low, you're stuck on the couch. When they're high, you're ready to move, to strive, to achieve. It is the engine of ambition. But, and this is a big but, here's the twist. We've all been told that dopamine is the pleasure molecule. You eat the cookie, you get a hit of dopamine, you feel happy. Simple, right? Turns out it's wrong. That is not the whole story, not even close. And here is the big reveal. The major release of dopamine doesn't happen when you get the reward. It happens in anticipation of it. It's the craving, it's the desire, it's the pursuit. Your brain isn't addicted to the prize. Your brain is addicted to the thrill of the chase. But here's the hidden cost of this chase. Every single spike in dopamine, every high, is followed, inevitably, by a drop below your original baseline. This is what we call the dopamine deficit. It's that feeling of emptiness after a big success, or that sluggish feeling you get after an hour of scrolling social media. You've essentially just borrowed motivation from tomorrow, and now you have to pay it back. So how in the world do we escape this cycle? We know we can't just rely on willpower. It's a finite resource that runs out. Instead, we have to get smarter. We have to become architects. Now, this is a total game-changing concept. It basically means that the way choices are presented to you heavily influences the choice you actually make. And the cool part is, you can use this on yourself. You can literally design your environment to make the things you want to do the path of least resistance. Okay, let's make this really practical. Just look at the difference here. A high-friction world makes good habits hard. A low-friction world makes them pretty much effortless. So you want to stop scrolling in bed at night? Increase the friction. Charge your phone in another room. Want to eat healthier? Decrease the friction. Put a bowl of fruit right there on the counter. You're just nudging your future self toward success. It's that simple. Now, designing your environment is incredibly powerful, but it's only half the battle. The most profound, the most lasting change, that comes from the inside out. It's about fundamentally rewriting the story you tell yourself about yourself. This right here is the feedback loop that governs your entire life. See, every action you take is like a vote for the type of person you wish to become. When you go to the gym, you're not just exercising. You are casting a vote for, I am a healthy person. And when these votes start to accumulate, your identity actually begins to shift. This is the crucial, critical change in mindset. The goal is no longer about resisting some negative action. It's about living in alignment with a positive identity. The behavior stops being a chore and instead becomes an act of self-expression. It's just who you are now. And this quote, this reframes everything. We hear the word discipline and we think of restriction, of being caged in, but what it really is freedom. It's freedom from having to negotiate with yourself every single morning. It's freedom from guilt and indecision. It is the clarity that comes from knowing who you are and just acting on it. Okay, so this all sounds great. Be an architect, change your identity. I get it, but where on earth do you start? Well, the answer is almost laughably simple.
You start smaller, way smaller than you even think is necessary.
And here is exactly why this works so well. Your brain doesn't really distinguish between the dopamine hit from a big win and a small one. It just knows progress is happening. So by breaking a goal down into an absurdly small step, you make it too easy not to do it. You get that small win, you get a little hit of dopamine for the effort, and that builds the momentum you need to take the next step. And that is the secret. True, lasting change is never about one giant, heroic leap. It's the snowball effect. It's the compounding interest of tiny, daily wins that build the habits that then prove the identity. It's one sentence becoming a chapter. It's putting on your gym shoes, becoming a full workout. It's one small step, repeated, until the new you is no longer just an ambition, but a reality. So you see, you are not just a passenger. You are the architect. The power was never about willpower. It was about design, it was about identity, and it was about having the courage to start impossibly small. So I'll leave you with this question to answer for yourself. What is the one tiny, absurdly small thing you will do today to cast a vote for the person you are becoming?